going to be learning about exchange rates. I'm going to ask you guys, who knows anything about exchange rates and how they work? You can type something in the chat, or you can raise your hand to tell us a little bit about exchange rates. I actually do a little bit of day trading with the exchange rate at the moment. I'll tell you about my experience in just a minute. Jessica, what do you know about exchange rates?
Ma'am, is it like our money is different than other money? So when you do it, you dissimulate or you make it the same as that amount to see what it is on a rand or which dollar or something it is like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. It's literally the difference between your currency and another currency. So you did that beautifully. Very well done. That's the answer I was looking for. Mawande, do you want to add? Tell me, what do you know about exchange rates?
It's to put it into simple words, it's how much money is all right, how do I say this? It's how much money, how much one currency is compared to another. For example, 1 rand is 0.5 cents in American dollars. So it's like comparing money from different currencies around the world. So that's
beautiful. Yes, that's 100%. Right. So it's saying how much is in comparison, how much your money is worth in comparison to another country's money. Right. Very true, Anarchida. I agree. So what you guys are looking at on the screen at the moment is the US dollar, the euro, and the British pound exchange rate today. So I snipped this from today's exchange rate. Right. So at the moment, for every 18 Rand and 74 cents, I can get $1. So if I want to buy one USD, I have to spend 18.34 Rand. Okay. Hello, Slay Queen. Amazing to see you. All right. And for every euro, if I want to buy €1, if I want to buy €1, and that's if I want to buy €1 today, I would have to pay 19 Rand and 93. All right. And if I want to buy 1 British pound, so £1, I would have to spend 22 Rand and 93 cents in order to buy a British pound. All right. Now, obviously, the way that money works in every country is going to be different. Like, for instance, in America, you were able to buy like a big pack of Kit Kat for like 95 cents. In South Africa, if you had to go and buy the big pack of Kit Kat, it'll probably cost you like 100 and something Rand. Right? So, depending on how your economy is doing. So when things like inflation go up, your currency in your country gets a little bit weaker. And when things are going really well, like for instance, some countries that are very technological based, like your South Koreas and your Japan and your China, during lockdown, a lot of their company stock went up, which means the country's currency went up. So it was a lot more expensive for us to buy yen or won at the all right. So it's always dependent on which country you're looking at a specific time. Because if we're doing better than the pound, let's say for instance, if our economy is a little bit better than England's economy, then for us it'll be a little bit cheaper to buy. It'll be a little bit cheaper to buy the British pound. And as Mawanda says, that fun fact. Did you guys know that in the 1980s in South Africa, for every 1 Rand, you would have to pay $18? You guys should do that research. Go have a look. Okay. Like our currency was so strong that Americans had to pay more to buy our currency. Go check it out. It's part of history. Okay. Yes. So in the 1980s, our currency was much more valuable than the US dollar. But because of apartheid, but that's a whole other story on its own. All right, let's get started on today's lesson. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be converting from one to the other. So we want to know if we have to get 10 American dollars, how much would that actually cost us in okay, there we go. All right. So we're going to see if we want to get 10 American dollars, how much is it going to cost us in South Africa? So that's basically what exchange rates are. Okay. All right. I can feel like somebody else is unmuted. And I'm going to ask you guys one more time for me to just mute your mics. Okay. We don't mind camera screens, but we do need you guys to mute your mics for us. Okay. All right. Let's look at the first question over here. The first question says, Nicola went to Italy. She changed 800 pounds to euros. So we're going from pounds to euros. Now it says the exchange rate is 1 pound is equal to €1.40. Change 800 pounds into euros. So now the way we're actually going to be looking at this, exchange rates is to look at it as a ratio. Do you guys remember how to write ratio? Right. I think we all did it in like grade 7, grade 8, grade 9. Remember how to write ratios? It's always a number, something over here, dot, dot, something. Right. We always need to write one thing in proportion to one. So what we're going to do in this particular question, oh, yes, it's a colon, not a semicolon, dot, dot, yes. I'm not gonna lie, you know what I mean? My English teacher when I was in school used to call it up. Yes, because it's a, then if you want to write a semicolon, you go, he used to do that all the time. And we always thought it was so cool. All right, yeah. So we write some number with a colon is to some other number. So if we have to rewrite this exchange rate over here, we're going to go the euro or the pound to the euro is the same as 1:1. Right. Now, what we're going to do then is that we're going to convert from one to the other, right? Now we know that we've got 800 pounds. So 800 goes over here because that's where the pounds are. Now, my question is, how did I get from 1 to 800? What did I have to do there? I'm telling you need to use your phone. Correct. Good, Anatita. That's it. Right. We're going to multiply by 800. Right. But we know that if we do one thing on one side, we also have to do that same thing on the other side as well. So I now have to take my €1.40 and I also have to multiply it by 8. And how much does that give us? Good, good. So that gives us 1,100. Now, I want you guys to be very careful when reading the question, because the question says, change the pound into euros. Good, that's it, Mawande. So what we actually need to do at the end when we write our answer is we need to write it with the euro sign. 1120 euros. Because if we forget the euro, then they don't know whether you've actually calculated in pounds or in euros. Okay, so you need to be able to do either of those. All right, give me a thumbs up if what we've just done makes sense. Give me a thumbs down if you'd like me to do another example so that I can explain again. All right. I'm going to assume I'm going to get a lot of thumbs up, which is really good because this is like one of the, these are 3 marks. When we get this in an exam or a test, so we just get this one right. It's very important. So when it's like, I love learning about money. Oh, yes. Abigail says, ma'am, is there a different way of doing this in class? We just started on this, but we use fractions. Yes, because ratios and proportions can be written as fractions, and I'll show you how in just so we're going to get to that. All right. Let's all look at question 2. I'm going to give you a chance to do question 2 and question 3, and then I know you guys all know what to do. Pop your favorite emoji in the top. But I'm gonna steal Slay Queen's emoji today because I'm feeling all healthy today, and I've had a day, had a very nice day. Hello, Yandisa. It's lovely to see your gorgeous face. Nkanganipo and CJ are very, very fast. And Anochita and Ente, you guys just like bam, 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 already at the end of the room. But if we're being completely honest, these questions are quite easy. So it's not very complicated. I'm gonna wait for a few more emojis and then we're gonna get into it. Hello, Rilani. Okay, all right, excellent. Let's get into these questions. All right, so I'm going to do these questions in two different ways, just so that Abigail can actually see how the other way is done, and also if your teachers actually do that as well. So I'm first going to use ratios, and then after that, I'm going to show you guys how to do it as a fraction. All right, so this first one says, a new TV in Tokyo costs 53,380 yen. The exchange rate is £1 is to 157 yen. How much is the TV in pounds? And Anachita, absolutely you can. 100% you can. How are we doing, my dude?
I'm doing fine. How are you? How are
I'm
you?
good, thank you. I'm excellent. See, now they're expecting you to cook. Hey, people have very high expectations of you in the chat. So,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
you gotta do the things. You
All
gotta
right,
make the
so-
pots to happen.
Okay, so should we write in ratio form?
Yes, let's go there.
Okay, so we're gonna compare the euro to, no, we're gonna compare the pound to a yen.
Good.
Yes, and then we're gonna, our pound is 1 and our yen is 157 yen.
Good. Thank you.
Now, how do I turn it into a fraction form? Because
So
we
think
need-
about the answer that is, what have they actually given you? Have they given you the TV in pounds or in yen?
they gave us the TV in yen. And we're looking for 10 pounds.
Sure. So this, exactly. So this yen number needs to go underneath where the yen is. So we're going to go 53380. Right. So we've now gone from 157 to 53380. But because we're going up, instead of multiply, what do we need to do?
We divided.
Correct. We divide. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab your computer and your calculator, and you're going to go 553,380 divided by 1. Good. So we know that on this side, because we're going down, we need to multiply by how much?
By 340.
All right, by 340. Good. So on this side, 1 times 340 is going to give us
340.
340. Now this is 340 what?
That is
Pounds or
our
yen?
pounds. Pounds.
Beautiful. That's it. Correct. It's our pounds. And don't listen
Thank
to my
you.
one day he's saying banana seed. Not correct. Well done, Nikita. That's 100% the answer we were looking for. Don't listen to your friend there in the chat.
My friend.
Oh,
I don't have friends.
yes, your friend Mawande, your best friend.
Hey, I don't have friends.
I bet you don't hurt Mawande's feelings. What if you're his best friend? Don't be like that. Okay, let's look at this next one over here. Okay. All right. So if we look at the same one over here and we want to write it as a fraction, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to write pounds over yen is equal to pounds over. All right. So we're going to take this that they've given us and we're going to write it as 1 over another. Refilo, teacher Nels, can you answer Refilo quickly in the chat? If you don't mind. Okay, so Abigail, if we want to write this as a fraction, we're going to take the pounds. We're going to go 1 over 157 is equal to, now remember, this is the pounds over here and this is the yen. We don't know how many pounds it's going to cost on the other side. So we're going to name that X. X over 53,380. Okay, now we want to solve for X. How would we solve for X in this instance, guys? What would we do? Easiest thing to do, correct, Caitlin, that's it, Abigail, good. We would cross multiply. So we would go 53,380 times 1, and we would take 157 times X. Correct. So if we cross multiply, I'm just going to carry on over here because I'm running out of space. We're then going to go 1 times 53,000 is going to give us 53,380 is equal to 157 times X is just going to be 157X. Right. What's my next step, guys? What's my next step? Correct. Divide by 157. Good. So I'm going to divide the side by 157 and divide the side by 157. So therefore, X is equal to, I'm guessing we're going to get the exact same answer. X is then equal to 340. All right, guys, give me thumbs up if both the methods make sense, the ratio method and the fraction method. Okay, if it doesn't, stick to the one that's easiest for you. Okay, whichever one makes more sense to you in your head. Okay. All right, I want us to have a look at question 3 because question 3 is a little bit different to the ones that we've had so far. Okay. Some of you guys are sending me very funny DM. I'm watching you guys. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's look at this last one over here. It says, in Lisbon, a watch costs 80 euros. In Liverpool, the same watch costs 65 pounds. The exchange rate is 1 euro is to, 1 pound is to 1 euro and 25 cents. So who wants to set up this ratio or this price? Anybody? Jessica, yay.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, my sweetie.
So you're gonna
What do you think we should do?
You're gonna say
Mhm.
we can do the ratio, ma'am. Or the right, yes.
The ratio, go for it.
Then we're gonna say 1 dot 1.25.
Good, excellent.
And then beneath underneath we're gonna put 65 dot
Good,
dot, and then we need to get the answer. So,
good,
ma'am,
excellent.
we're gonna multiply with the other side, and the answer is going to be 81.25.
Beautiful. So, did you multiply by 65 on both sides?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's how we're going to get that answer. Yes. So we're going to take 1.25 times 65 is equal to 81,
8.25, ma'am.
81. All right, excellent. So what you've given to me right now is the euro price compared to the pound price of this one. But Jessica, what does my question actually want from me?
Work the difference in cost.
Oh, so it wants the difference in cost. What do we normally do when we hear the word difference? What do we need to do? What is
We
difference
need
in
to
mathematics?
minus, man.
Correct. We need to minus. Good. We're going to subtract. So we're going to take our new euro amount, and which amount are we going to minus it from?
We're gonna use the 65, man.
This one is in euro. So I'm going to do 81.
We're gonna use yes. And then we're gonna use. Are you going to use the pounds, or are we gonna use the 65?
No, not in this case. Because we've worked it out so that we have the euros, what we then have to do is compare euros to euros. Okay, so I'm going to have 81.25 minus this 80 euros that they've already given me. You see that? So I need to use euro. Am I making sense?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so now I've got 81.25. I need to minus from this. What is the other euro amount?
Was 80, ma'am, that they gave us.
80. Excellent. So what is my difference between the two?
The difference is gonna be 1.25.
Good, 1.25 euro.
Euros.
Beautifully done. Excellent. Well done. Thank you.
you.
I really needed somebody to help me explain that because it's a bit of a tough one. But you did very well, Ms. Speedy. Well done, Jessica.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Okay, we're all going to do this last one together. All right. So this one requires us to check where the car has more value. So we're going to have to compare everything to which currency are we going to compare all the other currencies to? Who can tell me? The question here says, below are the prices for the same car in different countries. What exchange rate are we going to compare to all other countries? Who can tell me? Which currency? Is it the dollar? Is it the dollar? Look there. Look there. Look there. What is that? Yes, I don't like that question mark at the end. I don't like that question mark at the end. Correct. It's pounds. Correct. It's pounds. And that's because over here they say 1 pound is to something euros. And then they talk about pounds again. 1 pound is to this many yen. And then 1 pound is to that many dollars. So in all of them, we're going to use pounds. Okay, or we're going to use the pounds as our ratio, right? So that means when we look at England, this one we don't actually have to convert. That's the one we're going to use to convert all the others. All right, I'm going to give you guys 3 minutes because there's only 3 calculations to do. All right, 3 minutes. And then when you're done, you can do, you can just put an emoji that you like. And Abigail says, please do number 3 with, of course we can. All right, so 5 equal to. Then we just going to times x is going to give us x and 60 pounds. Okay. I hope that helped, Abigail. Hi, Faye.
Hi, ma'am.
I must be what's up.
Ma'am, I want to ask, what do they mean when they want the best value? What do they actually want? Do they want like the cheapest price, or
Yes.
Like which
Which
value
time?
is the cheapest?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. All right. Oh no, don't say that, Abigail. Hi, Chiparo, no worries. Hi, Slay Queen.
Hey girl.
How you doing?
Ooh, I'm good and you?
I'm good, thanks. What's up?
Yo, girl. Oh, I'm so sorry. Have we
The
covered
last one
time?
for me. It's the
I'm
last one
so
for me.
sorry.
What's up?
Have we covered timelines yet?
That's literally what we're doing immediately after this.
Oh, wonderful. And also, ma'am, did you want to just come teach here?
It depends. The school I'm at offers me a very nice package. So if they can beat it, I might just come.
Yo, hi,
know.
Sana.
Yeah.
Our
Oh,
math
I
teacher is
have like a
on
company
crack.
car and a company house. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can
Girl, our
compare.
math teacher is really on crack. We cannot. I'm done.
Well, I can't say that we are live on YouTube.
Okay, ma'am, thank you so much.
we need to use kinder words. We need to be like, sometimes the lights are there, but
She's on
the
chemicals.
lights are on.
She's on very heavy chemicals.
Oh, okay, you know what? And sometimes we get instances like this, Master. You remember, there's no section in your exam or your test where they ask you, what teacher do you blame for your bad marks? There's no section for that. You're just gonna have to write the paper. So regardless, if there are chemicals involved, you still just need to make sure that you're passing. Okay.
Yeah, hi,
So
Stana.
yeah,
I'm so tired.
I'm
Ma'am,
sorry,
but you know what's funny? It's not just her, it's the whole school. Yo, girl.
How? Wait, how?
You?
Something's up. I don't know. Something seems.
Yo, ma'am. It's not Slangan, it's not make sure. Yo.
Not what now?
It's not Slangan, girl. It's not make sure.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I love that South African. It's not Shangan. Excellent mixture. Everything's well. Okay. All right, Masudi, we're gonna be perfectly. Don't even stress it. Just come to class. Come to Watobe.
Oh,
all right.
love this.
It's always such a vibe. I love this. Makes my whole day. It makes my whole day. All right, let's get into the question. I think our time is up. Anybody would like to offer any answers? I'm happy to take your hands, guys. But I'm going to start off with USA. Right. So here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna get £1 is to 1,25. £1 is to 1,25. Now, if I have 20,000, $20,000, Mawande, how much is that going to be in?
It's going to be 16,000 rand. I mean 16,000 euros. I mean pounds.
Pounds. Correct. Good. How did we get there, Mawande? We divided up. Yes. So 20 divided by 1,25 gave you?
It gave me hold on. It gave me 16,000 pounds.
Correct. Right. So now when you go down this side, we also have to multiply by 15,000. So that tells me that 20,000 US dollars is the same as 16,000 pounds.
Yes.
We're gonna write that one. Just in pounds.
Ma'am.
Good.
So
All right.
the
Well done,
question is
Lawanda. Do you want to
asked.
do the next one as well?
I'm sure, why not? Ma'am, so the question I
Okay.
have, right,
Cool.
is like best value. Do you
Mm.
mean like cheaper or?
Yes, correct.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it's the same car. So the
All
best thing to do is buy it when it's cheaper. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Let's talk about the euro. Where do we use the euro in which country?
We're using it in Ireland right now. So we're
Correct.
going
We're
to
using it.
Ireland. So
Give me the rate. What
I
did I write this one?
so I divide 17,500 euros,
Mm.
and then I divide 17,500 by 1.18.
Correct. And how much did you get?
I got excuse me. I got 14,830 and 51 cents.
14,830 and 51. Okay. All right, good. So that means when we go to the other side, we're also going to multiply by 14,000.
830 and 51 cents. Oh, it's gonna be euros. So
51 cents. And this is going to be not in euros anymore. On this side we have,
it's
this
pounds.
is in euros. Third, we have pounds. So in Ireland, the same car costs 14,830 euros. I mean pounds. Come on. All right. You want to just finish it off? Go ahead and go to different.
So it's going to be Japan. We're going to use the yen now. So it's going to be 3 million yen. So it's going to be
3 right?
and so we divide that. We divide the 3 million yen into 140 yen, and that's going to be oh, I already have the answer here. 21,400 485 and no, wait, what? I'm reading it. 21,428 and 57 cents.
428. So on this side, it's also going to cost, it's going to be 21,428 pounds.
Yes.
21,428. All right. So if we look at buying the same car in 4 different countries, where is it cheapest and where would it be? Where would you get the best value for your money?
I would get the best value in Ireland because it's the cheapest out
Correct,
of the
in
bunch.
Ireland. Beautiful, good. Because you're paying a cheaper price for the exact same car that you get in every. Beautifully done, Mawande. Well done.
Oh
Excellent.
my God.
Exactly the answer I was looking for.
Shout out to Dublin.
Do you want to go to Dublin one day?
I don't know,
I've
man.
met some Irish people. They talk very funny. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, they swear a lot. They're very funny,
also told
but
them today.
they're next to London, so it might be rainy. And they also beat us in
Yeah.
rugby, apparently. So I'm not.
They did. Actually, yeah. Nobody's
Yeah.
happy about that. Let's not
Nah,
talk
I'm
about
not.
funerals.
Yeah. Shout out to Dublin, though.
Okay. Okay. All right. Don't be afraid. One day. All right. Okay. Give me a thumbs up if we are okay with how to calculate for if we know exactly how to calculate for exchange rates in general. Thank you, Landine. Thank you, Jessica. Siamtanda, if you're giving me a thumbs down, you need to tell me where I've lost you. Hi, Siamtanda, what's up?
Yo, ma'am, this is confusing, ma'am.
Okay. What happened? Where did I lose you?
You lost me at the second question, ma'am.
Question 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So
All right. Where did I
basically,
lose you?
I was confused when like they flipped the question because I do not understand how all of a sudden now we have to divide and we have to cross multiply. I don't understand.
Okay. Okay. See, Siamtanda, this is what I was saying. You must pick one method, and whichever one works for you. So if you don't like the cross multiply method and divide, don't do that one. Okay. Let's look at the ratio method that we can. Right. So you agree over here, we are comparing pounds to yen. Agreed?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a ratio where we have pounds. Now, let's look at what they've given us. For pounds, they've given us 1. Agreed?
Yes, ma'am. They're giving us one.
1. Good. Dot, dot. How much do I have in yen?
157.
Correct. 157. So I'm going to set up my ratio like this. Now, do you see how over here, they've given us the answer over here? In what currency have they given us the 53,380?
They have given us the in yen. Yen.
Correct, yen. So we're going to put it down here underneath the yen side, because that's where it needs to be. We're going to go 53,380. Right. But now begs the question, Siamtanda, how did we get from 157 to 53,380?
Ish. I think we had to multiply by a certain number.
So it's gonna be a tricky number if we have to multiply, right? If we have to figure out how much we multiplied by, it's gonna be very tricky. But we know that instead of multiplying, we can also divide to get the same answer, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So yes, because if I want to find out what 4 times something is equal to 20, I can easily just go 20 divided by 4, and it's gonna give me the same answer, right? Going to give
Yes,
me the
ma'am.
answer that I want. So we're going to do the same thing, just in reverse, right? So now we want to go 157 times something is equal to that. So instead of doing it that way, we're going to go 53,380 divided by 157. How much does that give us?
340.
340, correct. So that means on the pound side, remember in any equation, if I multiply by 340 on the side, I must also multiply by 300. Right. So that means my pound is because 1 times 340 is going to give me 340.
Oh, now I understand.
We got it. Beautiful.
Yes. Thank you,
Excellent.
ma'am.
All right. You're very welcome. Okay, cool. Now, let's get to the more challenging stuff. All right. So, let's look at this next question over here. Now, this question is a compound formula question. Who can remind us what is the compound formula in finance? Jessica. Oh, Jessica's like on a roll today.
Ma'am.
Jessica is on a
Ma'am,
roll.
isn't it where you
Yes,
say
ma'am.
it's A, B when you do
Mhm.
the comma or the brackets?
Mhm.
When it's
Good.
1
So A is equal
plus
to C bracket.
I
Mhm.
plus
Mhm.
I, then you close the bracket and put it in above.
Correct. I'm so in love with you today. You're just like on point, just doing everything.
I love it. I love to do the deposit and stuff. I love it. It's my favorite. And the money, I love it. It's my favorite. I can do it all day.
See, you money. I knew it. I knew you like money. Yeah. I knew it. Yeah. All right. Thanks so much, Jessica. Thank you, my sweetie. All right. Let's read this question here quickly. It says here, Simon deposited 1,000 Rand into the bank. Right. 3 years later, he deposited a further 2,000 Rand into the bank. The interest rate for the 5-year savings period was 18% per annum, compounded, and that's why we needed that compound formula, right? Compounded annually. Calculate the future value of his investment at the end of the savings period. Now, I want us to know something. Let's start with figuring out how long does Simon put his money in bank? How long? How long did he put his money in the bank? I want you guys to read for me and tell me. For those of you saying 3 years, think about it. Is it 3 years? Mthengi, you're onto something. Well done, Mthengi. That's it. Okay. Read the question very carefully, guys. That's it, Pamela. Good, Zane. That's it, Jessica. Good. That's it, Mawande. Well done, Tanganipo. It's 5 years, right? So it's 5 years. Now, for those of you saying 3 years, here's why we're saying 3 years. Because somewhere in between that 5 years, 3 years into the 5 years, he does something. Simon does something. 3 years in, what does Simon do? What does he do 3 years in, guys? Good, that's it, Jessica. He deposits money. He adds 2,000 Rand into the account. Right, he adds 2,000 Rand. Good, he deposited 2,000 Rand extra. So now, what this tells us is that even though we're going from T0 just means today, all the way until T5, which is year 5, we know that in between here, at T3, something happens. At year 3, something happens. And how we can express this is by drawing a timeline. This that ma'am has just drawn, the thing that teacher Coco has just drawn, this is called a timeline. Because the timeline is going to help us to structure our calculation when we're doing it. Right. So we know between the day that he puts that 1,000 Rand in until the 3rd year, what is the interest rate that he gets? What is I going to be equal to over here, guys? 18%. Correct. 18%. Beautiful. It's 18%. Or we can also say 0, no, not 0,018, 0,18. Or we can also say 18 over 100. Right. Good. So what happens at year 3? We know that he deposits 2,000. So after that, we still continue with the same interest rate that we had. So what this actually tells us is we're not doing just one calculation. How many calculations are we going to do, guys? Correct. We're going to do 2 different calculations. It's just that we're going to stop at 3. We're going to stop at 3, and then we're going to add money, and then we're going to keep going. Ooh, almost. Right. So let's start with the first calculation. I know A is going to equal something, P is equal to something, I is equal to something, and N is equal to something. Now, the thing we're looking for is A. What is my P? This is the first calculation that we're doing. What is my principal amount in the first calculation that we do? Correct, Mawande, that's it. Let's say good. My principal amount is 1,000 Rand. What is my interest rate? Correct, 18%. Beautiful. Now, here's where it gets tricky. What is my number of years? Now, remember, guys, we are on the first calculation. First calculation. Beautiful, that's it. We need to calculate for the first 3 years. So that's what you guys are going to do for me. You're going to use our compound interest formula, and you're going to calculate how much Simon has in his account after 3 years. Go for it. Okay. Confident for calculator and give us an answer, guys. CJ, beautiful. I'm just gonna wait for everybody else to catch up with you, CJ. I don't want to leave anybody behind. Excellent. Beautiful. Mawande, no, I'm not going to leave them behind. All right. So we're going to get A is equal to 1,000, open brackets, 1 plus 18% to the power of 3. And if I punch that into my calculator, just like the rest of you, I also get 1,643. And 43, 0.03. And I'm only going to stop at 2 decimals because, guys, runs and cents. We're talking money here, right? Now, this is after 3 years. And this is how much Simon has in his account. Now, what did he do to this amount in the bank? What did he do to that amount, guys? Yes, Mfundo, beautiful. He adds 2,000 Rand plus 2,000 Rand. So that gives us a new amount, right? 1643,03 plus 2,000 is going to give us 3643,03. Wonderful, wonderful. Now we've got this amount, right? Now, what do we do with this amount? I mean, it's an amount. It's a nice amount. What do we do with it? You can tell me. Yes, beautiful. That's it. Mawande and Mfundo, you guys are just mwah, cream of the crop. Correct. We use that as our principal value for the new guys. I mean, beautiful. Well done. That's it. Good. Right. So we're going to start again. A is equal to. But now we know that we're going to get different numbers, right? We know that A is the thing we're looking for. P is now our new value, 3643,03. Our interest rate is still 18%. But now what is our N? What is our N value now? Correct. It's 2 years because we still have 2 years to go. It can't be 5 anymore, guys, because we're already 3 years in. We're calculating 3 years into the investment. So now our N changes to 2. And now we can do a new calculation. And I want you guys to pop your answers in the chat when you are done. And teaching us, I've never been so impressed. I mean, like, I don't even know why I was coaching because I felt like they were just gonna do it. Why did I have to walk you guys through this step by step? Because like you guys just ate. They ate. Oh, I love this. Right? I thought I was gonna have to like, no, do it again. No, do it again. But just like one. Everybody was with me. One. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Thank you. I'm gonna unmute you. And you're gonna have to give me the answer. I'm just gonna have to give me the answer. I know you guys ate and left no. Like Queen, are you gonna answer this last one for me? And then you and I
Do I have the answers the question? Did I struggle all the way through the explaining?
No,
yes, I did.
right now.
Do I have the answers the question? Timelines is the one thing I struggle with. The rest of it is fine. Exchange rate, wonderful. Timelines, mark me absent, girl. Mark me
Come on,
absent.
we have to agree. It's looking a lot easier now that we've done one. Don't.
Is it? You lost me through half of the explanations. I was just sitting here and I was like, oh my God, what is going on? What's going on here?
Okay, all right. But we can at least do this last calculation. 3643,0. Right. If I open brackets, what goes in my bracket?
1 plus. Okay, so what was the percentage? 18%.
Good, 18%. And I'm going to close brackets. And now we're
to the power. To the power of 2.
Beautiful. To the power of
wonderful.
If we don't have the answer, trust me, your friends in the chat got you. They got you. Just go quickly do a little, investigation in the chat. You'll find the answer there. What are we typing now? What are we typing?
Girl, we're being productive.
Oh my gosh. That doesn't sound very productive. All right, they're
Okay.
helping you out. I know,
Wonderful.
I'm like, why the okay. See now, girl, you just okay. I'll put the answer on the screen for you. Can you at least give us the amount? So 5,000 and
ma'am, isn't that 50,000?
oh no, it's 40.
Oh no, it's
5,000.
5,072 rand. I'm so sorry. It looked like 50 because
Correct.
like there was a gap in between, and I'm like, oh.
Yes, 5, like 50. Beautifully. Thank you so much. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Literally, I come here for your punchlines. I don't know what else I'm doing. This is not a job. I'm just here for the punchlines. I love it. I love it. You give me life. You give me so much life. I love it.
Thank you so